WWE could be facing a big problem with Mariah May's new name. We'll talk about it. Plus, an NXT title is to be defended on a main roster WWE PLE. And RTruth speaks out following his Raw return. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Mariah May no more, Jack.
No.
Mariah May is done.
Yes.
She is a forgotten name, except now when we're saying her. Forget it. We got a new name now, haven't we? The Glamour has got a new name.
We do. And this was revealed last night on NXT in a bit of a... Well, here in the notes, you've put a Sabrina Carpenter-esque vignette.
You look at some of the Sabrina Carpenter videos from her tour, and they are
really?
almost beat for beat, my friend.
Oh, right.
Right down to the fake newspapers and being in the bath, revealing with the towel.
Okay.
Oh, it's all... Incidentally, whoever put those together with the newspapers and the headlines has clearly never seen a newspaper in their life.
I did like the animated sort of Betty Boop style looking thing, though. That was pretty good.
That was really nice.
I feel like maybe Sabrina Carpenter is inspired by oldie Hollywoody stuff, and that might be why.
I mean, it's.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I agree, though. They've
100%.
definitely seen it. They've definitely seen it.
Oh, yeah.
There was these vignettes. Well, there was this one vignette in particular, which showed Mariah May, or the artist formerly known as Mariah May, getting out of the bath, getting ready, wearing a dress, and then her new WWE name was revealed. From now on, we don't know for how much longer because more news has since emerged, but for now, she is known as The Glamour, same nickname, Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe, it's
Yeah.
a bit of a, Hollywood, she's doing that sort of thing. Issues have arisen.
Yes. So I mean, so the story behind the name here, as Jack rightly said, it's leading into Marilyn Monroe, which is that kind of look. But the name Blake comes from Mariah May's niece.
Yes, fair enough.
Which is lovely. The reason that they wanted to change the name is because Mariah May's real name is Mariah May Mead. So by changing the name, having a new WWE name, you own all of it, and there's no issues going forward with being that. And WWE like doing this as well. Here's the thing, and God bless our team of diligent, possibly perverted writers and researchers at Cultaholic.com who brought to our attention Blake Monroe is the name of an adult film star.
Yes. Blake Monroe, indeed.
Thank you to Babepedia for supplying details this morning and also ruining my work search history.
Yes.
I imagine I'm getting a written warning by the end of today.
I think this has happened to WWE before, hasn't it? The most recent one that pops into mind was the team that would then go on to be called Team PBC, the team of Paige, Becky, and Charlotte. They were like the submission sorority, and then that was the name of another adult website.
We did a whole thing yesterday on the Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Banger Brothers team,
of course.
And how they were going to play off that by having essentially a Banger Busk skit. That never ended up happening. Fightful Select reported it, and then we all scrubbed our search histories. But that was, once again, we find ourselves with WWE, the family-friendly entertainment monster, crashing into the adult film industry.
They may have to tweak that very slightly very soon.
Maybe.
And I, it's not Mariah's fault though, or Blake's fault. I feel quite bad for her. But two people that you've interviewed rather recently, Tom. Stop looking at the notes.
I was looking at her score for Blake Monroe. I thank you to Babepedia once again. I know you're not supposed to cite wikis in research, if my uni days taught me anything, but she's got 7.11 out of 10 in the user ratings from 18 votes. Like, what has she done so wrong to not get full marks?
Maybe they're just a discerning audience.
Bless her. So in terms of how they come up with names, we've had a couple of great guests recently on the Cultaholic Wrestling News podcast feed coming out of WWE who have explained how these names come about, in case you don't know how this crazy ride works. Bea Priestley and Josh Terry, formerly known as Blair Davenport and Riley Osborne, essentially submitted a list of first names and a list of surnames, and then that is given to creative, and they kind of put a name together based on the choices that they have there. I would imagine this is kind of what happened with Mariah May, where a list of first names came up and a list of surnames, with the sort of preferred ones being mentioned. Obviously, the name of Mariah's niece in there, and Monroe, of course, the Marilyn Monroe connotations.
I can totally see why she picked it. It's nothing on her at all, but I do feel like someone at the massive company that is WWE should have done a Google beforehand. Probably.
Maybe they're just too wholesome and they don't know about things in the adult industry nowadays.
Okay.
And I severely doubt that immensely. Meanwhile, on NXT, it was announced last night that the NXT women's title will be part of Evolution.
Yes, this came after Jacy Jayne retained her NXT Women's Championship against Lainey. Oh no, I want to say Lainey Reed, but the spelling of it confused me. She defended it against the newest signing of the NXT Women's division, Lainey Reed. Tom, carry on. I'm going to Google that just to make sure that I got it right.
So after Jacy Jayne successfully retained her title, all eyes turned to Evolution, which is back next month, the all-women's PLE from WWE. It was revealed that Jacy Jayne will defend her NXT Women's title on that event, an event that will feature stars from Raw and SmackDown. In terms of who she faces,
Lainey Reed was the one indeed.
I knew you got it right.
I got it right. I did. I was worried.
I had all the faith in you,
Oh,
Jack.
I didn't.
I never stopped having faith. But in terms of who Jacy Jayne's going to defend the NXT Women's title against, well, it's going to be a little eliminator tournament in the next week or so. We get Lash Legend versus Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice versus Jordan Grace, Jada Parker versus Thea Hale, and Zarya versus Izzy Dame. The winners of those four go into a fatal four-way. The winner of that one heads to Evolution to challenge Jacy Jayne.
Yes, and in typical sort of NXT fashion, because this is how things often work in NXT land, just after Ava made that announcement and Jacy was in the ring looking all horrified because she's got to defend her belt. Oh no.
How dare I?
I know, and then all the women in the tournament just sort of popped up around the arena, some in the crowd, some at ringside, and they all just happened to be there all going,
I love that. It's one of my favourite NXT tropes, is when it's just like, hey, there are all the people.
Yeah.
Just chilling there.
Hey, crazy for Jacy Jayne. I mean, who would have thought, let alone because she's on NXT, but also just her position relative to other wrestlers on the card, who would have thought she'd be defending a title at Evolution 2 just even a few weeks ago? And now she's the champion and she's defending that belt at a PLE. Good for her.
Good for her. And so far, as we say, we have seen the women in the crowd segment and we've seen all the challengers coming out and brawling segment, the debut segment. I think Shawn Michaels needs to play more career mode and unlock new segments that he can use in My GM, because at the moment it's somewhat lacking.
Wait, no, there was one I've never seen before.
What?
Now, we all know Ricky Saints is a really good talker as well as a really good wrestler. But he recently got his throat injured by Ethan Page. And on last night's NXT, he got told off by Ava in the GM's office for being a very naughty boy for attacking Ethan Page after his match. And she went, "What are you doing, Ricky?" And he couldn't argue back because his throat still hurt. And she went, "Yes, see? Now get out." I thought, why have they put him in that segment where he can't talk and have, The Rock's daughter. I was going to say, and have The Rock's daughter emasculate him, but it's The Rock. I will answer my own question.
Is Ricky doing like what the Sandman did? You know, when Sandman pretended to be blind for several months to get the storyline over in ECW. Is he just going to pretend to be mute for several months?
How would that help him?
Well, it's a nightmare. Like, what if he needs to renew his car insurance?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I've got this is a shoot, brother.
I don't know if kayfabe's that alive and well. But I would love if it was.
It was, as far as yesterday was concerned, at the AAA press conference. It was in which we saw Alberto El Patron attacking Vikingo after it was announced that Patron and Vikingo will go one more time at Triple Mania this coming weekend for the Mega Championship.
Yes, obviously Vikingo recently took the belt off Alberto El Patron and then defended it against Chad Gable in the main event of Worlds Collide. And then, as you've mentioned there, the press conference to announce the rematch between Vikingo and Alberto El Patron descended into chaos when El Patron attacked Vikingo and AAA legend Latin Lover as well. Patron's status in AAA going forward is uncertain now that WWE have acquired the promotion, with some sources reporting that Del Rio signed a new contract that will see him remain at AAA, but that would sort of ignore the previous bad blood between Alberto and WWE. But now they own AAA. It's an awkward situation. I don't think anybody really knows the answer yet.
Not quite yet, no. Also for Triple Mania, we're going to see the TNA X Division title defended. Moose putting it on the line against Hijo de Wagner Jr., El Macias, and Joe Hendry.
What?
Yeah.
Imagine if Joe becomes the X Division champion. That would be, I think. I know it's all about no limits rather than weight limits and everything, but Joe is a heavyweight. He's a muscular boy. And I think maybe that would be even more surprising than him winning the TNA World Championship.
It would be, but I think they're pitching for Leon Slater to become the X Division champion. That feels in my waters where we're going.
Oh, my. Oh my
It
goodness.
feels like it. He pinned him the other week, and I thought he pinned Moose the other week. I thought maybe I think.
Imagine if he wins that belt and then brings it out at Thunderstruck 3.
Oh,
North
don't
Wrestling.
threaten me with a good time. The
my
North
God.
Championship on one arm.
X Division on the
X
other.
Division on the other. Ah. Also, the AAA tag titles on the line, and this is a proper cross-promotional three-way at Triple Mania, right? A four-way, rather. AAA's Psycho Clown and Pagano in the mix. TNA's Nick and Ryan Nemeth, and WWE's Angel and Berto challenging Forastero and Samson for the AAA tag titles.
Yes, absolutely.
All of them coming together.
I wonder what's going to happen there, because obviously Angel and Berto now seem to be back on the same page within Legado del Fantasma. Santos seems to have got the team together. They got that big win in the 6-man at Worlds Collide. Are they going to do it? Are they going to steal those belts? They had a vignette on this week's NXT as well, or on Raw, SmackDown, excuse me, saying, we're going to do this in our hometown. We're going to win and prove that we are the pride of Mexico. But they said it in heelish fashion.
Very heelish fashion. There'll be a smattering of trios matches at Triple Mania as well that'll include, in no particular order, in no particular match order, the likes of La Parca, Laredo Kid, Octagon Jr., and internet sensation, Mr. Iguana. Yes!
Fair play to him for really maximising his minutes on television. Oh, 100%. But honestly, Iguana Mania is running wild.
Absolutely running wild.
After that one pay-per-view appearance when he was in the crowd at Money in the Bank, I just did a tweet, or was it at Worlds Collide? Wherever, no, it was at Money in the Bank the following evening after he'd wrestled at Worlds Collide. I just did a tweet saying, what a worker, brother. He knows exactly what he's doing. Just because he was there in the crowd with his iguana. It got like 13,000 likes just because I mentioned everybody.
He's hot to trot.
We're all just in the orbit of Mr. Iguana.
That's it. It is his world.
Thank you for the likes, Mr. Thank you for the house, brother.
It's his. Yes, thank you for the house, brother. I like learning more and more about him. I was chatting to Andy Nemety from WrestleJoy, who told me that I think he doesn't do it anymore. He had like a podcast on weed. He talked about weed, and it's called Just Baked.
What?
I know, right?
What? How many levels are there to this man?
And he did a really good write-up on Mr. Iguana a while back, which he showed me last night, and a big love to WrestleJoy. But if you want to know more about Mr. Iguana, whoa, there he is. He's in
too
there.
excited.
He's too excited. Everything you need to know about Mr. Iguana on the channel right now. I found an interview or two from Mr. Iguana, and I listened to it and written up about it, and you don't have to. It's all cited in there. But oh my God, and also I explain why this guy I think has got over like Rover.
Oh,
There's a method to the madness here.
I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. But I think I know why we love him as well.
Oh, fair enough. I'll have to check out the videos.
It's on the channel right now. Another guy that we love at the moment, the only other guy that got a louder pop than Mr. Iguana over the weekend was RTruth, now known as Ron Killings. Was it a work that he left? Was it a shoot that he left? Was it a shooty work? Was it a worky shoot? Have we worked ourselves into a shoot, brother? Well, RTruth somewhat addressed it in a tweet last night.
Yes, which contains similar themes to his, kayfabe impromptu promo on Raw, but there was a bit of extra info in there as well that we can kind of delve into. He tweeted, how, as in, how did I return? That equals you. You all brought me back. They heard, listened, felt, and understood. Thank you, Triple H, WWE, and thank you, Nick Khan, for allowing RTruth to set me free. I'm driving now. I am Ron Killings. I am the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now put some respect on my name.
Fightful Select says that, and obviously people will argue this for a long time, but according to sources close to Fightful Select that have been right on many occasions, this was a legitimate release, a contract expiration for RTruth, and when the kickoff kicked off, he didn't return a lot of calls until Nick Khan himself paid a visit and made that happen, which is why I think Nick Khan is getting a special shout out in there, because he was the one that eventually reached out and this deal was struck. And do you know what? There'll be people that will go, yeah, this is WWE reacting to the loud reaction online. There are people that will go, no, this is all part of the show. All part of the show. Whatever the reaction is and however it came about, Ron Killings, off we go. I'm happy about it. He's there and he's about to do some really cool stuff, and I'm down for it. Regardless of how we got here, let's be glad we got here.
I got such a goosebumpy moment from that promo on Raw, because it's been so long. RTruth, and in a fantastic way, but RTruth has played the clown for so long. And
Yes.
he's been great at it, and he's been hilarious, and it's probably given his career more longevity than it even would have anyway. But hearing him talk again, like it's 2004 and he's in TNA or whatever, hearing him get that serious cadence, his voice changed slightly, and he still sounded like RTruth, but he was more serious now, and the crowd responded to it instantly. You saw Michael Cole respond to it as if it was, I don't know how much of it he knew was going to happen, I don't know if he knew what he was going to say, but when Cole was applauding him as he walked off, it seemed like a very raw, very real moment. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Fair play to Ron Killings, and the truth has set him free.
It certainly does. The truth will always set you free. For the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you, bye.